and they release us. You know, it is very important actually. You know, what does crane represent? Deceit, cheating. Crane appears standing in the waters, doing samadhi, total samadhi. Samadhi for what? Sense enjoyment. You know, so dress doesn't make anybody spiritual. What makes spiritual? The content inside. You know, but we have impurities. Why do we come to school? No education. Why do we come to spiritual life? No purity, filled with impurities. Then pray. Pray to Krishna, pray to his devotees. Then what happens? They will slowly get you out of this 6 impurities. It may happen after 10 years, after 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. What you have to do? You have to keep intensely, you have to keep praying intensely to Krishna's devotees. You know? And what is that? King Kulashekar prays. What does he pray? What is that? Now I'm experiencing minute to minute exchange. I have wonderful loving exchanges with Krishna when I think of my previous life as a sense enjoyer. You know? Mukhavikara sushtu nishtivanancha. What is that verse? Yadavadi mama cheta Krishna padaravindayo Navanavarasa dhamani udyadam rantamasata Tadavati bata nari sangama smaryamane Mukhavikara sushtu nishtivanancha. You know? So now, mama cheta Krishna padaravindayo. The lotus feet of Krishna are imprinted on my heart. So he was a king before, and what is his name? Yamunacharya, not sorry, Kulashekar. It's Yamunacharya actually. Yadavadi mamacheta Krishna Pitar Vindayo, Navanavarasa Dhamani, Udditam Rantamasit. So if I remember my previous life, where I used to enjoy, Mukhavikara, thu, Sushtu Nishtivanancha, thu, I spitted the thought. So what binds everyone in this metal world is the shackles of sex desire. But he's telling now, because Krishna's lotus feet are imprinted on my heart, I desire so much pleasure. Minute to minute, I have unlimited loving exchanges I'm experiencing. So if I think of this lust, my mouth curls in distaste. Oh, chi, thu, mukhavikara, sushtu nishtivanancha. So that possible when we attain the grace of Krishna. Without grace of Krishna, we cannot attain the shelter of, we cannot become free from Maya. Unless we have the shelter of Krishna. You know? So then when we pray, oh Krishna, what is that verse? You know? So pray, intensely pray. Krishna Krishna Mahabaho Bhaktana Abhinkara. You know? Anytime when you are in trouble, pray to Krishna. Pahi Pahi Mahayogi Deva Deva Jagatpate. Nani Yatva Debhayam Pasi Yatrabhut Parasparam. You know? But there is one more verse. Krishna Krishna Mahabaho He Rama Amoga Vikrama Dhavagnina Dahyamanam Prapannam Tatamarhata. You know, so we are burning this forest fire. Oh Krishna, please come. And coward boys are playing, oh Balram, please come and save us. You know? And what is that? What is her name? Parikshit mother. Uttara. Pahi Pahi Mahayogi. Deva Deva Jagatpate. Nanyatva dabhyam pasya yatra mrityu paraspara. My Lord, O Devadeva, the God of gods, O Lord of the universe, Jagatpata Jagannath, nobody can save me from this trouble we are going through. My stomach is burning. So, when we take shelter of Krishna and by offering these prayers, then what happens? Krishna will take it in his hands to protect us from this gang of dacoits. Who are those dacoits? Lust, anger, envy, greed, pride, false ego, illusion. Krishna are his devotees when we take shelter. When you take shelter of Parshadas, Hariparshadas, Krishna's devotees, they will kill. We've seen that. Then what happens? Okay, you become sincere. So this verse, very interesting actually. Sanishta, Parinishta, Nirapekha. Nirapeksha. You know, Swanishta devotee, Parinishta devotee, and Nirapeksha. So Raghunathas Goswami is delineating one after another anarthas. So you are giving up one after another, one after another. And then what happens? Then this comes. So, just give me 1 minute. You know? So, Swanishta devotee is practicing Varnashram Dharma very well. Swanishta devotee is practicing Varnashram Dharma very well. Then, being pleased with you, Krishna will give you all the money. Krishna will give you all the money. And Parinishta devotees, sorry, Swanishta devotees is devotees, Krishna conscious devotees, not Varnashram Dharma, I'm sorry. Swanishta devotees are serious devotees, Krishna conscious devotees, initiated also. But Parinishta devotees are, they're working their jobs, but they're Krishna conscious. Both are Grihasthas. One Grihastha is doing full time, depending on Krishna. Another one working outside, making money, but Krishna conscious. Last one is Nirapeksha devotees. What is Nirapeksha devotees? Full time, brahmacharis, sannyasis, vanaprasthis. So these three classification of devotees. So if you have finally overcome the lust, anger, envy, greed, pride, ego, illusion, then you will start bathing in, if you are not careful, donkey urine. Which one? Which one? Donkey urine. Can you see this donkey? Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I'm talking to myself. This is very important for everyone. So if you can somehow pray and these impurities are removed, then you love to take bath under a donkey urine. In Manu Samhita, in olden days, when somebody would do any crime, serious crimes, you know what the king would do? He would put them under donkey urine. He would put that criminal under the donkey that was urinating donkey urine. This urine will fall on his head. And because of that result, his entire taklu, his entire head will become bald. What is it called? Taklu. See. Ramanandan is laughing. So then Because of that, his head will become bald. And then all the people, they say, this guy is a rascal. He's a cheat. He's a cheat. And once for all, people will know. Of course, king would give some other punishment also. But along with that, for people to know he's a cheat, so they would put that guy under urinating, under donkey that is urinating. Right? So, in other words, we still have desires. I mean, we may pose as devotees, great devotees, we may give nice classes, we sing very well. But in the inner core of the heart, we have certain desires, which are not favorable to Krishna consciousness. Which are not favorable to Krishna consciousness. Then we are willingly bathing under not cow urine, donkey urine. Cow urine is very good, you'll be purified. But donkey urine, you'll become bald. Interesting. So when you dedicate yourself, depend on Krishna, Krishna will give you unlimited money. Rather than Krishna, Radharani will give so much money, Krishna will give so much money. But then what happened? Instead of Krishna will give everything. Krishna will give you a temple, Krishna will give you a nice home, Krishna will give you all the facilities, you don't need to work. Then, if you are not careful, you will develop these bad qualities. What are the bad qualities? Different devotees exhibit these qualities in a different way. So, the Krishna killed lust, and there you are calling Bakvid. Krishna killed Bakasur. Bakasur is also meditating for fish. But that is gross. That anartha is a gross anartha. Lust is visible. Anger and greed, envy visible. But Krishna says, these are subtle anarthas. Unless somebody very closely watches you, they cannot detect it. But Krishna is very merciful. Arey, kuch to kuch kar rahe. So Krishna will support you. But you will not get pure devotion service. You may be speaking high philosophy also. You can convince everybody, not one. Who? Krishna. Are all listening or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What are the, actually, honestly speaking, I'm talking to myself. So Swanishta, what is that? Parinishta, Nirapeksha. What is it? Excuse me. Swanishta, Parinishta, Nirapeksha. So in the case of, I told them these three classes. In the case of Swanishta devotees, uh, actually, what is that? One more story I want to tell before I speak. Sugriva was in Rishyamukha mountains. One day Sugriva saw two young men are coming. Sugriva became scared. Sugriva became scared and told, hey, I know my brother is sending these two armed, that celestials. They are coming to kill. Hanuman said, why are you so worried? Not necessary that, they are sent by, not necessary that they are sent by Wali. I'll find out. Immediately Hanumanji disguised. Hanuman has this Kamarupa Vidya. Hanuman can disguise himself. He disguised himself as a sage, holding a bead bag, not bead bag, beads. Japamala. Very saintly. Of obeisances. Sir, who are you? You know? Then Ram looked. There is a pious man here. Tell who we are. And Lakshman gave the introduction. This is, Kausala Rajendra, Dasharath Maharaj, Dasharath's son. The celebrity, that person, celebrity Ram, and I'm his brother. You know, of course. Sugriva Saranangata. You know, so we are looking for Sugriva. You know, and you then Hanuman, ooh, this is Ram. I'm chanting Ram's name since childhood. He's my worshipable. Why I cannot recognize him? Ram said, because you are cheating. Because you disguised yourself. If you are disguising yourself, you cannot see me. Anybody is in disguise. These anarthas are disguising us. What is that? The anarthas are disguising us. We have a we have a small desire. Little name chahiye, little fame chahiye. You want little name, little fame, or we want little sense enjoyment. Sense enjoyment is a gross anartha. Subtle enjoyment is donkey urine. Because you are cheating yourself, you are unable to recognize. You're all listening? Because you are cheating yourself, you are unable to recognize. Ram said. Then Hanumanji understood, sorry, my lord, and he assumed his actual form. So, when we come before Krishna, actually Sachinand Maharaj says, Brahmachari may join for whatever may reason. They may join full time. Few years later, his goal of life should be pure devotional service only. His goal of life should be. Otherwise, what happens? He is missing the boat. Likewise, whether Gruhasthar, Brahmachari, or Vanaprastha Sannyasi, whoever it is, if we do not mend our ways, we will increase one more lifetime. What will do? Will increase one more lifetime. The attachments are there that will bind us. The attachments bind us to this body. The attachment will bind us to cycle of birth and death. So you have given up a lot. Give this up also. What is that? Donkey urine. You know? So 1 minute, hold on. I just want to add some more actually. I want to read the verse of this verse. Sorry, today I forgot to read actually. So let me read the verse. What is that verse? अरे चेता प्रोद्यत कपट कुटिनाटी भरकरा क्षरन्मुत्रे स्नात्वा दाहसि कथम् आत्मानम् अपि मां सदा त्वं गन्धर्वा गिरिधरा पदप्रेम विलसत् सुधाम्बोधौ स्नात्वा त्वम् अपि नितरां मां च सुखया. O ruffian mind, why do you burn yourself and me, the soul, by bathing in the trickling urine of a great donkey of full-blown hypocrisy and duplicity? Instead, you should always bathe in the ocean of love, emanating from the lotus feet of Sri Gandharvika Giridhari, thereby delighting yourself and me. So, Raghunath Das Goswami is telling, oh bad ruffian mind, is telling, why are you burning you and me? Means when urine is poured, it is burning the mind, and of course, we are the soul. we're also getting affected. You know, what is the great donkey of full-blown hypocrisy and duplicity? What are we bathing in? Hypocrisy and duplicity. Saralata. What is Vaishnavism? Saralata, simplicity. But instead, we are duplicitous. And hypocrisy means what? You are showing what you are not. You are showing what you are not. Listen carefully. Protyat kapata kutinati bharkara ksharan mutre snatva. You know? So, what is the donkey urine? Duplicity and hypocrisy. What is that? Duplicity and hypocrisy. Now, I told you there are three types of people. What is that? Swanishta. Swanishta Deva sadhakas, they only endeavors to please Bhagavan, Lord Hari, completely rejects all the regulations and injunctions of Varnashrama Dharma. Parinishta sadhakas engage themselves in all prescribed duties, taking shelter of the rites and rituals used to worship the Lord. These two types are grihasthas, householders. The third type of sadhaka is the nirapeksha, a devotee who is renounced. Such persons are of a detached nature and not in grihasthashram. All the three person types are benefited only when they become thoroughly honest and give up deceit, pretense, and hypocrisy. Otherwise, they are surely vanquished. ऐसा नहीं कि I liked gulab jamun, I joined full time. No, we need to purify ourselves. Otherwise, you will be vanquished. So different sadhaka shows the cheating in a different way. So let us see. Swanishta devotee is what? Who has given a varnashram dharma and joined full time. Like one devotee married two children. One devotee married and two children. Then suddenly he decides, मेरा जीवन व्यर्थ हो रहा है. Not बाहर रह के नहीं, अंदर रह के. So what? Sorry, बाहर रह के, not अंदर रह के. Sorry. Then what he'll do? He'll join full time. He'll join full time. He'll depend on Krishna only. Then what happens? Krishna gives everything. Rare, he'd give up everything. Congratulations, sir. Whatever you want, Krishna will give 10 times more. Then now he's not working, but Krishna gives all the facilities. He's what? Swanishta. But he's attached to that money. Then ka patan ho jayega. You're understanding or not? So, a Swanishta devotee exhibits a deceit, you know. Let us say, Swanishta devotee exhibits the deceit. He joined full time. In a sense, at home only, but he doesn't do anything other than chanting and dancing, other than book distribution. All family members. There are people like that in India. So, what is a donkey urine for them? Indulging in sense gratification on the pretext of satisfying Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. What you will do? Like today, Krishna likes gulab jamun, rasgulla, and rabdi rasmalai. Please offer. What is that? Krishna likes gulab jamun, rasgulla, rabdi rasmalai. But in between, two samosa also you make. And kurmura also. Murku also. And puran poli also. And then after offering everything, put that in my room. भगवान का प्रसाद खाना है ना. So, in the name of bhakti, they try to satisfy their senses. That is the first quality of donkey urine for Swanishta devotees. What is the second quality? Serving rich, influential materialists instead of serving simple, nirapaksha servants of Krishna. Now what you are doing full time? You have given up. You start temple also in your home. People are coming. And what you will do? This is a professor devotee, this is a doctor devotee. Amazing. This is, I know what his name. This is a sweeper devotee, I don't like it. He's not educated. And you will serve all the rich donors. But you don't serve simple sannyasis. Why? Vaishnava Seva. Vaishnava Seva is only for rich devotees. That is a donkey urine for another donkey urine for Swanishta. What is the third one? Accumulating more wealth than needed. What you will do? You will start accumulating money. So much money is coming in. No? So temple president needs little salary. No. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Then once you want to you accumulate money, what you will do? You will enjoy senses. I have a question for all of you. What is the need of money? Need of money is you want to enjoy sense enjoyment with the beloved ones. Usually nobody enjoys alone. You know, if you are enjoying alone means you are actually a renunciate. Otherwise, most of the people they accumulate money to enjoy with the family members. To enjoy with family members. Enjoyment is based on senses, sensual. Senses, nice clothing. See, can you see the picture here? You want clothing, jewelry. Either you buy for yourself, you buy for your family members. And that is the third one. Enthusiasm for meaningless temporary gains, even at the cost of envying and harming others. Hare Krishna. Meaningless temporary gains. You become envious. Ooh, they have this. Their deities are taller than our deities. Their deities are our deities. So then you'll become envious. Or their temple, they're getting more people than our temple. So this mind, nonsense, You're listening or not? So, and teaching twisted logic and self-motivated speculation in the name of giving education instead of cultivating spiritual knowledge. And wearing the dress of a materially disinterested renunciate in order to gain material prestige. That is a deceitful nature. So what is that? Fifth one is bridge preaching with the desire to bring people, but you don't bring them to pure devotion service. Lagnadas Goswami calls it a donkey urine. Hare Krishna. I'm worried now. So Dhandas Swami says those who are doing bridge preaching, they stay on the bridge only. They never came down the bridge. So the sixth one.
Prabhuji, what is bridge preaching means, Prabhu?
What is bridge preaching means? You bring, for example, For people to understand Krishna consciousness, you need to bring them to mode of goodness. So you need to bring them to mode of goodness. So that's why you become motivational speaker. You know, um, you tell do good things, do good, be good, but you don't really give the pure philosophy. You know, I was telling before. Car analogy. Basically, you are giving the knowledge to bring people to the mode of goodness, so that there is a hope after coming to mode of goodness, they'll eventually take up bhakti. You're understanding, Amma?
Yes, Prabhuji, I got it.
Yeah. So what you will do is you will tell um, how to do good to others, how to be good to others, and that way you become very successful. Motivational speaking, all this is a bridge breaching only. You can even speak you're not the body or spirit soul also. But they never give pure Krishna katha, like vegetarianism, you know, management lessons, vegetarian lessons. I do that actually, bridge preaching, unfortunate, sad, you know. So, so that is all donkey urine. You're understanding, you know. But of course,
Prabhuji,
ah,
Prabhuji, but pastimes are okay, na? Like, n- no, sometimes we tell pastimes, not the core philosophy. That is okay? No.
time is perfect. You're talking about Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's Leela. That is perfect.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So, but bridge preaching means, for example, so you do these things, then it will improve your health. Of course, that will bring you to mode of goodness, no doubt. You become vegetarian. Or management principles. Management principles, if you apply, you'll become a good manager. Stress management, anger management, time management. You know. But of course, if you read those books, definitely there is some Krishna consciousness. But usually, if you speak, thinking, I'm helping them, they'll become Krishna conscious. But you're not giving them Krishna katha. That's called bridge preaching. But you say you give stress management, but you tell them to chant Hare Krishna to become relieved of stress. Perfect. Actually, what is name? Our Murari Gupta used to do that. In Krishna's pastime, Murari Gupta was Hanumanji, was a doctor. Anybody would come for medicine with some health issue. He would give the medicine and he would also tell them, this is your problem. Allow me to take medicine, you chant Hare Krishna 2 rounds, you'll be cured. And people would do that actually. Understood?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Prabhuji, then if it is not cured or something, they lose the faith, right, Prabhuji?
This is Murari Gupta,
Oh,
Hanumanji.
yeah, maybe the purity.
Ah, so Murari, anybody would come in contact with Murari Gupta, they would be cured. You know. So, that's why he did that. He ventured that. You are right. You know. Um, if you say they'll lose faith. Chant Hare Krishna, you'll become free from this disease. Then what happens when they don't become? They lose faith. So anyway, we are talking about donkey urine. Then what happens? Uh, So Swanishta devotees, in the name of bhakti, they do the sense enjoyment. In the name of bhakti, they take care of the rich people instead of taking care of good sannyasis and good grihastas. And And they would also wear a nice spiritual dress to impress others. They are very spiritual, but they are not. They also accumulate a lot of money in the name of, and a lot of money, you know, means having full faith that money will save them. You're understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Then the last one is what is that? Yeah, I told already. Wearing the dress of a disinterested renunciate in order to gain material prestige. You dress in such a way, nice tilak, nice dress to impress others. Wow, nice kantimala, pure devotee. But when you're harboring all these impurities. So these are the donkey urine for Swanishta devotees. Paranishta devotees, uh, they're still in the, they're not doing full time. They're also grostas. They're working outside, they're working outside. Uh, but because you're working outside, Krishna gives you all the money, because you're sincere, you installed Krishna, you know. So what you do, Paranishta devotees, donkey urine, making an external show of strictly following the rules. We are following the rules very strictly, but you are not. You are not following the rules strictly. So you're giving an impression you're following strictly, but internally what you do? Very attached to middle objects. Like you read nonsense books, you eat outside, um, and basically externally you give an impression you're a strict devotee. Always you are seen holding books, but internally you contemplate sense enjoyment. You know, um, you have certain desires. They are not lawful. So, but you don't show that. Now the second one is preferring the association of non-devotees rather than Krishna conscious devotees. Preferring the association of non-devotees. In the name of Krishna consciousness, you try to go to clubs and preach there. you know, you try to go on clubs. So because we want to bring them to Krishna consciousness, we have no problem eating their food. I want to show my child is not sleeping, so let me play, these small videos, old movies. So then only my child will see. Because I have to take care of my child, let me see that also. You're all listening or not? You know? So you become loose in your bhakti. You're working, so let us, becoming very difficult. Let us compromise a little bit here and there. So you're chanting your rounds. You're following four agreed principles. But you still have donkey urine. How many of you are understanding? Right?
Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam.
Yes, Lord.
I'm trying to comprehend for myself, Prabhuji. I know you mentioned that, at least in my case, based on all these descriptions, I've been drinking donkey urine for a long time. And given where I am at this moment, what should I be doing? Drink less of it, or what is it? I'm trying to get a sense of what I should be doing.
Raghunath Das Goswami is telling, this is called Manah Siksha. Manah Siksha means you train your mind. Actually, one reason I started this session is one cup like last time, 2 years ago. One Mataji, actually one day Radhagand Maharaj was giving a class in Dallas. And when Mataji got up and said, long ago it happened. Somebody told me this. She got up and said, Maharaj, I've been chanting Hare Krishna mantra 25 years. And it's not working. I'm not going anywhere. I really do not know what answer Maharaj gave. But when I heard this Mataji told me, I felt I should not tell this question. I should not tell like this to myself. Or people whom I know are connected to me should not tell this. Then I realized Manah Siksha. Actually, first I started reading it. Then I realized pure devotion service enters in the 7th or 8th verse. And I was stuck at 4th verse. I realized after 20 years. I was stuck at 24th verse only. I have not gone to 5th verse at all. 20 years are over. If only I read Manah Siksha 10 years ago, I would have realized I was stuck at 4th verse. I would have ventured to go to 5th verse. Nobody sits in the class 10th grade because the books are cheap. 10th grade books are cheap. Plus 2 books are very costly. You will not sit in the 10th grade for 10 years, right? You'll try to go to the next class. So the point, Prabhuji, Manah Siksha, like Raghunath Das Goswami, if the 5th verse, he talked about gross anarthas. Now he's talking about subtle anarthas. Means, because what is the goal of life? We want Bhakti Devi to enter our heart. She has not entered for various reasons. So we have to, as a genuine sadhakas, doctors, as genuine doctors, we need to search in the heart. What is that we are doing so that the Bhakti Devi is not entering? So then remove that. So these are they're actually the step these rungs of the ladder are different steps where we overcome, we give them up and go to the next level. Unless we give them up, we cannot go to the next level. Then I'm talking to myself. So yes, sincerely chant Hare Krishna mantra, follow strictly four regulative principles, because nobody will come and correct us, right? Nobody will come and correct us. We have to correct ourselves. Time is running out. We are cheating whom? Ourselves, nobody else. So, honestly speaking, I'm preaching, I'm teaching, but I'm also the victim of same thing. We need to wake up. We need to, go every heart, every nook and corner of the heart, and remove. While Lord Chaitanya, there is a chapter, Gundicha Marjanam. Lord Chaitanya cleaned first time, and there is a pile of dirt. Lord Chaitanya said, clean again. Finer dust, which doesn't come, just like that. Second time again they cleaned. Wow. So Krishna consciousness means, sometimes people say, you worship Krishna. We don't, our Krishna is not a deity. Krishna consciousness purpose is a pure consciousness, purest consciousness, where your heart is purified and you only Krishna. So when we know this, we give it up and go to next level. We have to consciously make endeavors to go and give up. For the first thing, we should chant nicely. Second thing, we should not eat outside. Inevitable circumstances, that's a different thing. And we should rectify. If this is bothering me, give it up. Try to give it up. If you cannot give it up, pray to the deities to give it up. Give you the strength to give it up. I've been praying like that. Give me strength, please, please, please. End of the day, these bad impurities are removed by Krishna only. Krishna is present in the form of the holy name. And pray to the Harinam. Oh, Harinam, please remove. So, does it answer your question, Raj?
Yes, Prabhuji. Just, from my practical reference point of view, since I've been drinking for a lot, now that I'm drinking, and that means I need to focus more on my chanting, isn't it, Prabhuji? Just maybe my chanting is not at all good. Just had to improve my chanting. That could elevate this drinking problem.
Actually, the answer is, Prabhuji, I think you're talking about me. But simply we have to invest in chanting, and wherever, whatever the areas we are, our mind is drifting to enjoy, we should consciously give it up. And that happens only if you keep pure devotion service as the only way, only means. I want to become a pure, I want to become pure devotee. But we are not there yet. Another nirvana is going on, that's fine. So, but we need to sincerely try. Sincerity is very important. So, chanting is one instrument. If you really ask me, it's a Vaishnav Seva, service. Namaruchi Jivadaya Vaishnav, chant the holy name. Second is serving devotees. And third is, a Jivadaya, compassion. Means either you preach or facilitate preaching. It's very important, actually. You know, um, that is it. And that 5 angas are bhakti. What is that? Make your home a temple, and Mathuravas, and worship the deity. And third one, reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Fourth one, chant the holy name. Fifth one, serving devotees. These are actually what Rupa Goswami says. These angas of bhakti. If you practice, sure shot it'll happen. The purification will happen, but it'll take time though. That is also there. So, but until such time, whatever the unwanted desires that are, I know, showing up in our heart, we should not act on it. Understand it, they are there. They are there for everyone, actually. And it's, they're there in our hearts, beginners. So we don't encourage, we don't act on them. Then eventually they'll die down. Listen. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. And the third one is Nirapeksha devotees. Nirapeksha devotees are full-time devotees. Very interesting. They are full-time devotees. That is actually no. For Swanishta devotees only 4. Parinishta devotees only 2. But Nirapeksha devotees Raghunath Das Goswami writes 7. The deceitful nature of Nirapeksha devotees. 1. I am very advanced. People are coming and offering obeisances, and you give them blessings. Haribol. So I think I'm very advanced. I'm senior. I'm initiated 20 years ago. I have a good connection with my spiritual master. You want initiation from a guru? I can give. I'll give you blessings. Prabhuji, I need to pray prayers. Of course. Thank you. Come here. I'll pray for you. And 2 days later, that person comes with tears. Prabhuji, it worked out. Thank you. Your prayers worked out. Of course. Thank you. Full blessings. Means you're enjoying that. One is I'm advanced devotee. I'm saffron. I'm senior. And people offer obeisances. You give them blessings. Listening? It is more for brahmacharis, vanaprasthas and sannyasis. More than anything, it's for me actually. Then the second one, thinking of oneself as superior to others simply by wearing a dress of a renounced person. Saffron. When somebody does something wrong, you become angry. Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, I'm talking about is like, Prabhuji, how can you offend? You become angry. And that person is shivering. So you become so angry. Today you did not, what is that? Because of you, my worship is spoiled. You'll kick him also. How can you spoil my worship? Why you didn't bring on time? So, first of all, you think you're very sincere and you start blessing others. And come and take prasad from my hands. Receive. And people stretch their hands. Take it. We needed blessings fully. If you all want, I want to tell a story. One brahmachari told me, I was affected actually. You want to hear?
Yes.
It's late though, today it's late. I'll tell the story and then finish it. We'll continue with the Nirapeksha next week. Can I tell the story?
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
One Mataji, real story, actually, God brother. One Mataji went to Prabhu and said, Prabhuji, my daughter is suffering from fever like anything. You know, the fever is not going. Can you please pray? And this Prabhu said, yes, I'll pray. And he forgot to pray, actually. He forgot to pray. Then the weekend later, Sunday comes, right? Sunday feast. This Mataji came. And with all the tears, Prabhuji, thank you very much. Your prayers worked, and my daughter immediately started recovering. And she already recovered by this Sunday. Thank you very much for your prayer. She was all tears. And the brahmachari said, Mataji, I'm sorry. I forgot to pray. I didn't pray. क्या प्रभु जब ऐसे ही बोलते हैं, you always say like that. Because of your prayers only, I know my daughter was recovered. My daughter recovered. I said, no, I didn't pray. I forgot. I wanted to, but I forgot. And that lady was shocked for his honesty, actually. How many of you liked this story? Amazing, right? Actually, I was impressed.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I was really impressed, actually. If you want, I'll tell one more story. And that is little difficult for brahmachari, but that brahmachari did it. So, two girls went to India from America. India auto, Indian autos, they're very rough, right? The auto wala, he tried to overtake somebody, the auto tilted and the auto fell on the ground. And what is that? These girls, these girls went to India and one girl fell injured seriously and started crying, So all the scratches on the forehead and, so this auto crashed on the ground and fell in the dust. So the entire body was, filled with dust. And this brahmachari went and took a cloth. She started crying, brahmacharis, they don't go. He took a cloth and he started wiping her face, And this person, this Mataji, wow, this is my like father. And I heard this, I was shocked. Nobody, no brahmachari would dare go close also. But to see that brahmachari is control, amazing control action. So those are all, great things actually. And that is one another episode. But I want to tell with the last one and you finish it. Should I tell the last one and finish it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
One day, this story was told by Jayapataka Maharaj. One day, two brahmacharis came to a river. And so the river was flowing in high currents. So, but you have to cross, not so deep though, but it is going. There was one lady standing there. The lady standing there and said, she requested, Prabhuji, thoda हाथ दे सकते क्या? You know, when they hesitated. Finally, one brahmachari said, no problem. So he held the hand of Mataji. And as they were walking, the current became, when they went to the middle, the current was pulling. So this brahmachari, what he did, he brought her close, strong. He brought her close and held her strongly. And finally they reached the, somehow saved. Current was really high. So this Mataji, thanked the Prabhu. And she left on her way. These brahmacharis, they walked for 2 miles. They were reaching. Suddenly one brahmachari said, "You're fallen!" You're most fallen. You hold her tightly. You're most fallen. First Brahmachari said, Prabhu, I carried her only from one end to another end. I forgot, but you are carrying her past 2 miles. You are carrying her past. How many of you liked it?
Wonderful, Prabhuji.
Amazing, right? It's so, but Jayapatha Maharaj said this long. I mean, actually, he shouted even loud, you're fallen. So, I mean, honestly speaking, it is not easy, but we'll discuss more. I'm a very fallen conditioned soul, but at least by discussing this so fully, we'll make a lot of progress. Vancha kalpatar bhishkarvasanti bhishpatanam pavanaj vaishnavya namo namo. We discuss this verse next week. We are finishing this ASAP. Very good.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.